We live in an era where it is almost impossible to pass by a place that isn't monitored by cameras or surveillance devices. Everything needs to be protected and monitored, as the world we are living in is no longer safe for anyone to wander without protection. Sandy Caplanis bought some high-tech cameras for her house security system to monitor her elderly dog when she's out of the house. However, when she checked the camera's recording, she was perturbed to see a creepy image of an odd girl inside her house. Sandy was concerned about her 14-year-old Labrador, Amber. In addition to old age, Amber was also suffering from kidney failure. In light of the dog's critical condition, Caplanis felt the need to keep an eye on her pet while she was away from home. When she shared her concern with her son, he bought her a Vivitor smart camera as a Christmas present to keep her updated on Amber's condition and activities all day long, no matter where she was. After the setup was done and everything successfully installed, the system appeared to be working as it should. Caplanis would check the video of the camera on her smartphone or computer and rest easy knowing that Amber was okay and breathing just fine. In addition to the high-tech camera, Vivitor also offers systems with motion sensors and carbon dioxide detectors. Sandy was able to use her Vivitor system for several weeks without any problems arising. However, one day when she was checking her camera's videos, something very bizarre happened and her heart started racing. Instead of seeing an aged Labrador with a gray muzzle on her phone, Caplanis was looking at a girl he didn't know or recognize asleep in her couch. She was very surprised to see a girl sound asleep in her own house, especially that she was away and left her home with no one but Amber inside. Confused by the situation, Sandy decided to get home as fast as she could to set things straight and clarify the very ambiguous situation. In an interview with WJLA News, she explains, "So I log out and I log back in and I see my dog, and I log back in and I see this little girl. And this happened for a period of over 24 hours. Logging in and out again didn't change the situation. Despite it being a video feed, the picture of the girl appeared to be a still image, not an active recording." Caplanis was now more confused than ever about where the image came from or who the little girl is. Puzzled, she decided to directly contact the camera company Vivitor for an answer. Unfortunately, the company was unable to offer a satisfying response. The workers at Vivitor had no idea who the girl was either, nor why she would appear on her video feed. They also were able to confirm whether it was indeed just a still picture or a live recording. Vivitor was quick to offer Caplanis some restitution to amend things. For starters, they delivered some new cameras to replace the old ones, which could have been faulty, which could be the reason the girl's image appeared on her feed. However, even though this was a nice gesture, it still didn't explain how the situation arose nor why the cameras themselves were at fault to begin with. Vivitor also apologized for the incident and promised to investigate the matter thoroughly. Caplanis was still unconvinced and doubtful. Unlike what you probably thought at first, she wasn't frightened by the sight of the girl, but instead worried that other, less friendly people would be able to spy on her and other children in other houses who use the same kind of cameras. Sandy said in one of her interviews, "I want people to know if you buy this and set it up for a little baby, somebody else could be watching, just as she could see someone else's child and home interior for that matter, through her own camera." The issue at hand may have been related to the frequencies that the cameras communicate on liquid video technologies. Vice President Deborah Wan spoke to Fox News, explaining that there might be interference between several cameras using the same bandwidth in some cases, which is probably why Caplanis could see the girl. "I can have a nanny cam and you can have a nanny cam. And if we're close to each other, I can see your cameras and you can see mine." Wherein said, it's not advisable to have wireless cameras from Best Buy or from HH, Greg, or any of the other places because they're all wide open. There's no security whatsoever. Cheaper, self-installed packages simply didn't have the security to prevent the kind of interference experienced by Caplanis. Furthermore, he added that a professionally installed system would protect against tampering and would be more reliable and secure compared to self-installed systems, like the one Sandy got at first. Sandy's story may be an odd and bizarre one to some, but you need to know that this isn't the first time people have used nanny cam technology and saw something surprising on their cameras that shouldn't be there. With this in mind, HuffPost published a lengthy article on people's experiences with different nanny cams. The stories shared ranged from amusing to very disturbing. One nanny cam user had an issue with time lagging and delay. As a result, they saw a figure pick up the baby on the camera and walk out of the room holding them. The user was panicking and outraged at first, but eventually they found out that the picture was simply delayed and that they were actually watching themselves pick up the baby. Another user had a deeply disturbing experience with a nanny cam. They had it turned on one night and heard someone talking in the room. The user said that the talk they heard was some older lady talking about what it was like growing up in Africa. Many people had big complaints about babysitters whose actions were occasionally captured on camera. For instance, one parent found out that their babysitter was acting in a disgusting way when she was watching over his children. The babysitter would smell the child's underwear once their clothes had been changed, and that is absolutely disgusting and disturbing. It can be a little overbearing to have a nanny cam, as you can have unnecessary terrors due to the overlapping of other people's camera signals or seeing things you weren't supposed to see. Although Sandy watching over her elder dog may seem like no big deal, some children might find the idea of being watched a little suffocating, and once they figure out there's a camera in the teddy bear, they may be less likely to play with it, and the whole purpose of the camera loses its value, as they will do all of their misbehaving somewhere they can't be seen.